Guten Tag, Mesami. Wie geht's? Und moi, Dieter, ich bin Dieter. Dieter's getting so used to having his AKG headset mic. That's why I'm wearing it all the time, because I've done a review on this microphone and I think it's really good. And I get to hear my voice as if it's my fantasy. I have an FM radio station studio, eh? Anyway, I do like it when viewers like you, Warren, post questions, because it makes me think of, I like doing videos. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm old and bored. But does it really matter? Nah. Because sometimes I don't know if it's Alzheimer's. I'm just my memory doesn't seem to be what it used to be. Now that just could be just because I'm psyching myself out. But anyway, Warren said he's getting a multiac, and I have a multiac, and he had a good question here. Can you get away with playing your multiac, which is supposed to have a nylon acoustic sound, with an so-called electric guitar amp? Well, let's see. I've never really played my multiacs in a tube amp, which most people would consider a tube amp. I guess an electric guitar amp. So I have my little champ here, which is a 6-watt. Well, it's a champ clone, right? I made this amp, and I put it at around 6. It breaks up a little bit, and I'll play with the tone knob, and let's plug I happen to have. I'm getting my finger stuck in this in my tripod, and no plumber's crack today, I promise people. And I have a Godin multiac. Now, so I'll talk a bit about the Godin multiac too, because I said a good first guitar is a nylon string guitar. And also, if you plan on playing electrics, you could get one of these as it'd make a good first guitar too. It's got this one. They make the multiac with a slim neck. This one has the 2-inch wide one, which I prefer, because I've said a few times, Dita's got big hands. So let's plug it into a champ here and see what kind of sounds we get. So this is a multi-act plugged in with the amp on 6, which this has Spinal Tap settings. I think it goes to 12, and we'll play around with the tone here. So that's with the EQ on the multi-act level. Now that's with the tone all the way up to treble. Sounds a bit harsh, but that's all treble all the way up. Now that's with this is just with the EQ, because the multi-acs have a built-in EQ flat, okay? These are the 3 EQs, right? So I'm just gonna play the first part of the demonstration with EQ flat, and we'll see what kind of treble and bass we get just with the switch, the simple switch on the champ. So this is with everything rolled off on the champ. And now I'll put it in the middle, and we'll try it now with the EQ on the multi-act. that G string in. Now there's a little bit of breakup. I'll turn it down. Maybe we'll get rid of some of that. So now that's flat again. And the amp shouldn't be breaking up as much. Now this is with the mid and bass flat and the treble boosted. That's quite nice actually. So now this is with the mid and treble flat and the bass boosted. And the amp still seems to be breaking up. So let's play everything flat here. All the controls flat, and just play something and see how it sounds. So hopefully that gives you a decent idea of how the nylon multiac sounds plugged into a small 6-watt tube amp. So now we're going to take my multiac and plug it into a very good acoustic amp, which is 180 watts, the one I'm using to speak with, and we'll see how it sounds there. So, now we're back. Dieter forgot his captive audience today, but that's okay. So now, I can hear right away. This is a way beefier amp, but it's got a better put this amp on flat too. Flat 2. Okay, so the treble, the mid-range, and the for the EQ on this channel for the guitar is flat. Now, yeah, I have to say, this is flat now. I don't know a bit about electronics because I'm not a genius, but I did make a couple of tube amps, but I'm not sure why. Someone who knows more about it would probably know why. An electric specific or an amp geared more for electrics or more for acoustics It's probably something in the circuitry that where they set their biases, right? Now this little champ sounded acceptable, so what I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to plug, after this, I'm going to plug a multiac into a big 5E3 and see how that sounds, because I got my 5E3. See, that's my 5E3, which is a beefier tube amp. And we'll see how it sounds through that. But play the same kind of thing on this. Now this is through an ACUS Godin 180 watt. Now this is with the treble cranked up. With the mid-range scooped. I mean, mid-range boosted. I don't like that sound, but I'm showing you what the sounds you get now with the bass boosted. I think the multiac sounds really good. Most things I play with, I just leave the EQ where it is. Everything flat. Alright, so now bear with me. I'm gonna have to pull up. Let's pull up because I have to. I have limited space and limited. Well, aside from my obvious limitations. Plugins. So, while I have to unplug a few things here, we'll get a captive audience for you guys. Just because Dieter likes to help, you know, he really does. Okay, this has a wintry feel because it's winter time. So there you go. You can look at her for a minute while I ponder, while I unplug some things here, and plug. I'm going to be plugging the. I'll talk. So You can pretend it's her talking. I'll talk so you get an idea what I'm doing. So I'm going to plug the I'm going to plug in my if I can find the cord, my 5E3, and we're going to plug the data and his heavy breathing. We're going to plug. God damn, I really do have to get organized. We're going to plug my 5E3 into I'm going to plug it into a wall outlet, into a wall, and see what the Godin multiac sounds like through that. Sorry about it. Maybe this is obviously proof. When Dita says he gets inspired by your ideas, he does all these things off the cuff. And they truly are. All right, enough of her. They truly are spontaneous, aren't they? So here's my multiac, and here's my... Now, it's got 4 inputs. I'm going to plug it into the normal inputs here of my 5E3 clone. And let's see what we get with the 5E3, which has... I still haven't played around with this enough to figure it out. A local guy made it for me, did a nice job. I made the cabinet. It's got a tone and 2 volumes, so I'll put the tone here at 6. And wow, that's got some oomph. That's with the volume on 2. So now you've heard the multiac through a 180 watt acoustic amplifier, a 6 watt electric tube amp. Now you're hearing it through a, what is this sucker? 18 watts, I think, or 15 watt. I don't even know. Is it 30? I think it's 15 watt. 5E3 amp. Wow, and it's got some real power. These are the settings flat, and the tone flat on the 5E3. boosted. Now, so I don't know if my crappy iPhone microphone gives you enough on that, but I'll play the, as I speak, I'll play the same thing on, I think, actually, now, okay, so to be honest, without making this too long, I'd say I prefer the sound of the multiac coming out of this amp. So that's what I prefer. But to answer the question, can you get away with playing your acoustic or your nylon string in an electric amp? Yeah, sure you can. It may not be, depending on the quality of the amps you have, and whether or not you have a what do they call that? I've got one. I should know what they are. I've got a couple of external EQs, right? I've got an LR bags thing, right, which you can fool around with the EQ. So maybe I could do a video, pull that out and see if that makes a difference. But definitely for playing around home, you can get away with it, I think, quite well. And just for comparison, let's plug it into one more time. For the last time, we can hear what it sounds like through the through a so-called proper proper. Now this is coming through. Now this is a multiac coming through the Acus 180, which is thanks, Warren, and good luck with your multiac. Dita's starting to influence people. He doesn't know if that's a good thing or not, but you made a great choice. It's a great guitar. I love it. And again, I thank you guys when you ask me questions, because it makes me pull. I have so many guitars, and I am sorting through a bunch of garbage. You see all the total disaster. My roommate likes to call our place Ukraine or Gaza right now. But I got a lot of shit to sort through and limited space. That's being done. I've been saying that for months, but it is slowly being done. But a great guitar, the multiac, a great guitar. I love it. You can do so much with it. goes. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't play jazz or blues on a nylon string guitar. Yeah, right. Yeah. You can play anything on a nylon string guitar, basically. You can play anything on a nylon string guitar. Haven't seen good stuff, Peter saying.